This is a little bit more of an advanced exercise, and if you have any pain in your knees after the last sequence of exercises, you might want to hold off on this one. Certainly feel free to modify however you need to on this one, but most importantly, listen to your knees. So you'll be using your chair for this next exercise. So a lot of times our quads are firing and working, especially when we're getting out of a chair or sitting into a chair. So we're going to be using the chair here. So what you'll do is you're going to stand away from your chair. Notice where your chair is. Now, if your balance feels a little off today, just honor that. You can always do another set of the beginning exercise on the floor if you want. You can always progress up to this as you feel ready. If you don't feel ready, you don't have to do this. So what you're going to do here is you're going to stand up nice and tall. You're going to spread all 10 of your toes apart. You're going to have the feet nice and parallel, a little bit wider than hip width distance, just a little bit. Now, you're going to pull your ribs in, your belly button back, and then you're going to roll your shoulders back and your heart open. So here, I'm going to start to take, my weight is in my heels. The weight is in my heels. And I'm going to come all the way back. I can take my arms out in front of me as I reach the tailbone back and then sit. Belly in, push through the heel. Notice the knees. They might be moving around wildly, and that's okay. Just notice that you don't have any pain in your knees. So as you start to hinge, so it's not here, rather the weight is in your heels. It's in your heels, belly in. Belly in, my quadriceps are working, and then I sit. I know that last little part is hard. And then once you're here, you're going to start to sit up, up, up. Gaze up, don't look down. All the way back, all the way up, all the way back, all the way up. Make sure you're getting the front rim of your pelvis all the way up, and you're turning on those legs, weight into the heels, all the way back, all the way up. Now, if your balance is challenged, I've got this handy banister here. I can always use that for a little bit of assistance if needed. But you don't want to change anything in the upper body if you're using a little bit of a balance, right? You're just really trying to work these quadriceps in a functional way. I'll just do a few more. Lengthen back, belly's in, and then lift up. Don't let the knees roll in or out. See if you can keep them nice and parallel. As you can see, I get a little better with each repetition as well. Weight into the heels, weight into the heels. It does feel a little scary. It feels like you're gonna fall, right? But your chair is there. Make sure it's on a sturdy surface. Make sure you have a mat or something underneath that chair so that when you sit back, you don't fall. Very important, don't fall. Skip this one altogether if your knees are hurting or it's not working for you at all. So you can do 2 sets of 10 there. You can do as many as you can. You don't have to do 10 reps ever. This last exercise is meant for slightly more advanced quadricep work. Make sure that if your knees are talking to you at all, that you honor how you feel, and if you need to skip this one altogether, you can. It is not important to do this one. If you have the stability in your knee and no knee pain, you can try this one. But again, I'm a little bit more advanced. I'm using 2 chairs to show you this. You don't need your front chair, but it is awful helpful to have it to help you with your balance. So you'll turn around and face the chair. You're going to stand with your feet about hip width distance apart. Now, getting the spacing here is really important. So I'm going to use my banister. Actually, I'll just use my chair. I'm going to take this right foot back. Now, I put a towel here on my chair to support and cushion my foot. You can curl the back toes, but it's nice to have your foot flat. Now, I'm going to walk this front foot forward so that when I bend my front knee, and this is the challenge, is figuring out how to set this up. You don't want your front knee to go beyond the ankle. So I'm going to bend and extend. Weight is in my front heel, and I'm bending just to 90, and then I'm coming up, weight through the heel, pull this right hip forward. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, pull this right front rim of the pelvis forward, turning on this right glute to help stabilize the front rim of the pelvis. So the front rim of the pelvis is level, and you're using your breath. Exhale out of the bottom, inhale down. Watch that you're not locking out that front knee at the top. So go nice and slow, balance if you need to. Just a few more, inhale. And exhale, inhale, and exhale. Two more. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one, inhale down, exhale up, and then switch. So I'm gonna come off that, I'm gonna shake that out a little bit, and then we'll go over to the left side. So again, I know that getting this alignment is pretty tricky. Another modification, if you wanted to try this, would be to come up onto the ball of the back foot. So just like we did, pelvis is level, walk that left foot forward. You're gonna bend into that back knee, and then you're gonna extend up. This is a slightly different exercise, but still very helpful. You can always balance here as you come down and up. My feet are parallel. Don't turn this back foot out. Keep the right toes facing the left. So you want to make sure you're right in the middle of the ball of the right foot, like a little kickstand, coming up through the second toe. Inhale and exhale. Weight is in that front heel. If you notice your left knee going beyond the ankle, make sure that you're taking a wide enough stance. And if this isn't serving you, just go back to the preliminary quadricep exercises that we did earlier. So you can do this for a set of 10, watching that your pelvis stays level. Whoa, your belly's strong. Use your balance aid if you need it. And that's there for you. So we have the left side as well. So we can do the left side here, right foot forward, left foot back. I need my little prop. So scoot that towel forward. Make sure the instep of your foot is supported. Again, weight through that front heel. Now I'm gonna pull this left hip forward, turn on this glute. Weight is in my right heel. Inhale down, exhale up. Weight is in my right heel, so I sometimes check in with that by lifting my toes. Heart is open, left front rim of the pelvis pulls forward. Inhale and exhale. Nice and slow, no need to go fast, no rush. Don't bend the knee too much. So just go to your point of resistance and then come up. No need to go super deep here, right? Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down. That right foot nice and parallel. Really spread out your toes, weight into the heel, push through that big toe. Try not to waffle out onto the knife edge of your right foot. Down and up. Couple more. Down and up. You might notice one side might be more challenging than the other. And then come up and shake it out. So again, you can do that on the left side just the same way without the chairs. You're gonna take a nice long stance. If your stance is really short and your knees are doing this, do you see that difference? You must take a longer stance. So with your longer stance, and again, if this hurts your knees, just skip it. So here, weight into my front heel. I'm gonna bend my left knee. I'm centered in the sole of my left foot. I'm not letting my heel roll in or out. I'm right in the middle. Down and up, squeezing my belly and down and up. Weight is in that heel, that front right heel. Inhale and exhale. Ooh, I know, use your balance if you need it. No judgment if you need to check your balance. Better to have good balance and posture and form rather than compromising the posture to maintain balance. Couple more here. So this is your alternative if your knees allow you and if you're not on the chairs. So again, you can do as many as you can here. You can do a couple sets of 10, whatever feels appropriate. The goal here is to just activate the quadriceps, to keep them active, to keep them engaged, to help them remember what they're supposed to do, not to hurt the knee. We'll start to do some single leg work now here for the hamstring. So again, if this is too hard on your low back, you can come back to this double leg version, but just honor how your body feels. So push down through the feet. Again, feel this engagement here first, and then really pull your pubic bone towards your belly button. So shortening this space here, and then gently lifting the pelvis up into the air. So here we go. We'll start on this right side. So ground down through the sole of your left foot. Keep that left foot activated. Your left knee is going to stay over the left ankle. So you'll raise your right leg into the air at 90 degrees. Flex the foot as if I'm pulling your right heel up towards the ceiling. Watch this right side of your pelvis. Don't let it drop lower than the left. Keep the front rim of the pelvis the same height. So we're going to ground down through the left foot, drive through that left foot as you lift up through that right heel. Down and up. So there's just as much energy going down into the foot as there is up through the heel. Keep this right leg strong. Down and up. Watch the left knee over the left ankle. Down and up. We're going to go for 10. Down and up. Halfway down and up. Last 4 and up. Last 3 and up. Watch this side. 2 and up. Last 1 and release. I know those are tough. So reset here. Roll all the way down. We'll take a little break in between sides. Roll right and roll left. So again, you can always support the pelvis here. So if you need support for it and you need to know where it is in space, feel free to support it if you'd like. Come back to double leg bridges here. But we'll go over onto this right leg and lift the left. So once again, set up your alignment, right knee over right ankle. We'll bridge up, squeezing that navel in all the way up. And then we'll elevate that left leg. Flex the left foot, strong through this left leg. Down and up. Push down, lift up. Keep this left side of your pelvis in line with the right. Down and up, down and up. 6 more. Down and up. Last 5 and lift. Last 4 and lift. Last 3 and lift. Tummy's tight. Last 2, lift. Last 1 and relax. So we'll reset, lower down, roll right and roll left. So we'll do a little variation of this. We'll do a second set. And if it's too hard, this second variation, feel free to go back to a single leg or a double leg. And feel free to do 2 sets of these if you'd like. So once again, feet are hip width distance. You're gonna pull that tummy in, squeeze it in, lift. So you don't have to lift that high. You can manage your height and then just do a little tiny lift. It doesn't have to be this huge range of motion, especially if you're feeling it in your sacrum. You shouldn't feel it in your sacrum here. Relax the glutes open. Make sure you're feeling it in the hamstrings. So here we are. We're gonna take it back over to the other side. So ground down through this left foot, lift your right leg up, lift this right side of the pelvis. Now, we're going to lower this right leg down as low as we can without compromising the pelvis. Lift it back up. Try not to fling the leg. Gently, carefully lower the leg. I'm driving so strong through the sole of the left foot. Down, tummy in, and up. Down, and up. Lower down, and up. Watch that you're not dropping this side of the pelvis, right? I'm keeping this up as I lower, strong, 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 and up. 4 more, down, and up. Watch the left knee, 3 more, and lift. Last 2, and lift. Last 1. Oh, you knew this was gonna happen. Little pulse, I know. Push down, lift up, and then reset. Now we'll go over to this left leg. So we'll ground down through the sole of the right foot. We'll lift up. We'll take that left leg up, flex the foot strong through this left leg. So it's like I'm pulling your left heel up. Reach out and down. Lift back up. Watch this right knee. Lower down and lift. Tummy strong. Down and up. We're on 4 and lift. Watch this left side of the pelvis. 5 and lift halfway. Last 4 and lift. Last 3 and lift. Last 2 and lift. Last 1. Best for last. Little pulse, I know. Just burning out the back of that right hamstring. And then reset. Lower down. So release that low back for a second. And then we'll take our stretch, the hamstring. And then come back center. So this is a little bit more of an advanced exercise. It is a tricep dip that you can do this in a chair. If you have any wrist issues or elbow, shoulder, you're gonna be really careful with this one. You could even skip it and just do the first 2 exercises. I'm going to go through a set of 10. You can always do 2 sets of 10. If you can't do 10 reps, just do as many as you can with good alignment. So what you'll do is you're going to bring your hands right under your shoulders, roll your shoulders back, and then you're going to find your alignment. You're going to take your sit bones off your chair, and then weight is into your heels, so you can use those legs a little bit. Core is tight, shoulders back. You're going to inhale, keep the elbows in, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Elbows in. Now you're not going so far that the shoulders round forward. You're keeping your chest open and your head forward. You can use the legs at the bottom, but at the bottom, feel your belly in and then extend. Again, if this doesn't serve you, these are definitely more advanced. You can always go back to those chair kickbacks as you need to. Here and here. You can always make this more advanced by extending the legs forward. That's definitely a lot harder. So take care of yourself here. down, and up, belly in. So those are definitely hard. They're even hard for me. Just be really mindful about your wrist. Really lift up out of that wrist. If it doesn't feel good, just skip it. And the last exercise I'll offer for you is just a traditional push-up. I'm going to be demonstrating this push-up from my knees. You can always do this on your toes with active legs. I will show that variation. This is definitely a more advanced move, so if you have any injuries in your shoulders, your neck, you'll want to really pay attention to that. And you don't have to go super deep in your push-up. The form and the alignment is the most important thing, keeping a nice long spine, keeping your core tight, and keeping your neck long. So you'll come onto your mat, you can come onto the knees. Again, if your knees are cranky, maybe get a towel. But you're gonna take your hands a little wider than the shoulders. You can take your knees a hip width distance here. Now you're gonna stack your wrists right under your shoulders here. And you're gonna pull your belly in, you're gonna look forward so that your neck is nice and long. So your whole spine from the crown of your head through your tailbone is nice and long. So as you lower down, open your chest. As you exhale, lift up. I'm gonna take my hands a little more forward for a better alignment. So you're going to lower down at the bottom of the push-up. Keep your belly in, keep your pubic bone. Your pubic bone is gonna lift up towards your sternum. So you don't wanna arch your back as you do these push-ups. Rather, you wanna squeeze your pubic bone like you could get it up into your belly button. At the bottom of the push-up, feel your belly squeeze in. Make sure you're not looking at the ground. Look forward. Inhale down, exhale lift. See how long you can make the sides of your neck down and up. Now if you need to modify, maybe you only go here. Maybe you take a very short range of motion. I'm pushing into my index finger pad and my thumb pad. Watch your wrists. Down and up, down and up. Again, if this isn't serving you, you can skip it. That's it. Just take little chunks. So you don't have to do 10 at once. You can do as many as you can. Take a little break, see how you feel. Remember, just to work at your own level of resistance. If you are more advanced and you can do a traditional push-up, you will take that same position and you're going to engage through your legs. So you're going to engage through your quads and then you're going to lower down and lift up. Down and up. So you can see those are tricky, those are hard. So if you need to come back to the base, you can. Belly's in, ribs in. You can stretch back, release the spine. But if you're getting a lot of pain in your neck, in your shoulders, you can always go back to those circles and those arm movements and skip the push-ups.